hit by the A-train, blasted in an airplane. I wouldn't recommend either one. Killed by a grapevine or a meteorite. I guess there ain't no way to go, that's fun. But somewhere in the world, someone is gonna fall in love by the end of this song. So get up, no one's ever gonna let, so you might as well sing along. The odds are that we will probably be.
Alright. I like this song. It's by Bare Naked Ladies off the album Grinning Streak. It's available now off iTunes. So get that whenever you get the chance. And welcome to the game review of Pokemon Mystery Junction Gates to Infinity and Beyond. The and Beyond part, which is what I was born in the 90s, okay? Of course I watched Toy Story. So yeah, let's talk about the game itself. Compared to other, this Pokemon Mystery Dungeon is basically a more RPG version of Pokemon. There's dungeons, there's dungeon crawler kind of thing. Items. What made the older ones cool is the fact that you had hunger to battle as an issue, and that was a big problem in the game. Always trying to find the right apple or something like that. And it was pretty tough. That made it difficult. And it was also kind of fun at the same time because we were able to link missions together. This one, however, decides to not only take the difficulty down, but the fun as well, all at the same time. But taking both of those fun features out at the same time, which made me a little irritated when I played the game. Honestly, I was kind of... And also made it hard to, grind as well. I mean, other Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games, it was kind of easier to grind. So it's not really that easy at all, honestly. Plus, not to mention, they give you wimpy Pokemon, and the thing I always had with Mystery Dungeon is the fact you can never evolve until the game's over, which irritates me. It really does. I mean, why can't you just evolve during the game and make that part of the freaking story, you know? I don't see why they can't do that. I mean, I really hope they do that. I really do. Nintendo, get on it. I want to have my Pokemon evolve. I mean, it's such a big deal for it to have it evolve mid-story and pretend like it never happened. I mean, it doesn't seem that much of a difference to me. And then again, carrying a Haxorus would seem a little bit odd. But oh well. That's one of my bigger problems, is they haven't done it yet. Okay, especially since it's been like 5-6 years, and yeah, it's been over 5 years since the game came out, like 06 or like 04 or 05, I think. I don't know. Came out at the same time as Nintendo DS, because I remember the first games were Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Blue and Red Rescue Team. Blue was for the DS and Red was for the Game Boy. I remember that because it was earlier because it was when Nintendo DS was first coming out, a bunch of cool new stuff, because we also saw Pokemon Ranger for the first time, which was also a neat concept. Which I love the original Pokemon Ranger. It just kind of, I have not played a Pokemon video game that I would call quote unquote bad, in my opinion. But this wasn't the greatest. I mean, the music isn't as memorable as some of the older tracks. I mean, that's probably because of my nostalgia, but honestly, I do think the older ones were better altogether. Even when I was playing a 10, when I was like 10 or 9 or whatever, I was going, ooh, this is fun! You know? Yeah, actually I was 10, so that must mean they were coming out 8 years ago. Yeah, sounds about right. So, I was like 10 or 11, I remember having so much fun playing those games. Now I'm like, what the hell, Nintendo? This is easy. I can do this in my sleep. And I honestly probably could do it in my sleep. All you have to do is press the A a bunch of freaking times and not make sure your character doesn't go, your ally doesn't go off in the other direction, which is another problem with this game. Maybe it's supposed to add a challenge, but I'm not challenged. Just very annoying, Nintendo. I'm not pleased at all. And I mean, sure, the story is kind of cute. I do like the story a little bit. I do like the neat concept where, spoiler, Mooney is actually a bad guy and Hydreigon is the good guy. Which is kind of funny. It's just a bit irony. You know, I didn't see that twist coming. I also did not see that twist coming where that would actually happen. I never thought that a Hydreigon would be a good guy with, especially with this Pokédex description. It's 3 heads, swallow everything in sight, and just the destruction Pokemon. I love dragons, I love dark types, but that is just one badass looking Pokemon, you know? I also feel like when I saw its move list when you could use it as an ally, I just felt like it was horribly nerfed, the whole entire Hydreigon concept, honestly. I just felt Hydreigon just got horribly nerfed the hell out of it. So that kind of made me a little irritated there. You know? I mean, sure, Hydreigon a new Tri-Attack, and there's not that many Pokemon that can use Tri-Attack, honestly. I mean, there's Dodrio, Doodoo, whatever. A few other Pokemon. I know Porygon can use it, but I don't think there's that many Pokemon that can use Tri-Attack. It's a good attack, though. Yeah, and honestly, they really... The whole entire time I played in Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Gates to Infinity, I was thinking, I need to play Blue Rescue Team. That's been my exact thought. My exact thought was, I'm gonna get an older Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Huh. Because there was no chance. I mean, I do recommend this for people who have plenty of spare time where have maximized all their X and Y potential. For those who have already got it while I'm talking, which probably is very likely at this point because it's the 11th now. So, yeah. So, I really do think that Pokemon Mystery Dungeon wasn't that great. I mean, true, I like the story, I like the whole entire idea of expanding your thing and recruiting your Pokemon that you recruited to have some place to, like, chill out. It makes you kind of want to recruit for once. And I honestly like that idea of having a paradise of sorts. I really did like that idea. However, I did not like the idea of the fact that you will have to go back and forth again and again to get freaking items. And the items you need to build these stuff, it gets ridiculous after a while. And it's so tedious and, you know, I just wish you could link them all together and go, fuck it, let's do it. But now you can't do that. Or either that I'm an idiot, I haven't seen that ability, or I haven't been able to do it properly. But from what I see, I can only use one at the same time. Might be using it wrong, but some people probably didn't even know they could do that in the first few games, actually. I know some people who never did that, or never even knew that was a concept at all. You could do that in the older games, which is what I liked. Another thing, some of the main characters that I did not like as well. Dunsparce. I get they're trying to get, like, older generations popular again. And Dunsparce is Gen 2. But just think about it. A lot of people forgot who the hell Dunsparce was until, like, they freaking try to bring him back in X and Y. Some kids it's like, this Dunsparce is a new Pokemon. No, it's not. It's been since Gen 2. It's like, why hasn't it been anything else? Do you want to catch it? No. Do you think it's cool? No. I think it's lame. Exactly. I feel like Pokemon is trying a little too hard to make Dunsparce relevant again. I mean, just look at the thing. I'll give you moments of a Google. We'll pause it and search it up in Google. You saw it, didn't you? It's so derpy looking. It just has a permanent derp expression on its face. It just makes me so mad. It's like, who came up with this idea for a derpy Poke? I did like the fact that they kind of snuck in crush-ishes. But I wish they, you know, I know I get it, the Pokemon's for kids, but look at the audience, you know? Can't you just make a Pokemon game that's more for older people than or they have a direct relationship kind of idea? I don't know if, like, Dunsparce and Version get together in the end, because I'm pretty sure it's end up Keldeo version, but I have not even got to the Keldeo part yet. I pretty much almost beat the game, but I just got done with it. No, some of you are like, oh, why are you making a review? Okay, because I pretty much played the whole entire game, and I know enough of it to know that it was not very well. Especially since if I can't play a game all through, then it's not that good in my opinion. It really is not. If you can't play it all the way through without going, I'll play something else where you get bored of it after a few weeks and just haven't had the motivation to play it, that means it's not that good. It means it's okay game, but it just isn't as great. So I'm just probably mumbling here, so let me get to the verdict. I gave it a 6 point. Actually, before I finish the point, I'm gonna tell you what my ratings are. 5.5 for me is average. 6 is above average. 4 is below slightly. 5 is slightly below average. 4 is bad. 7 is good. 8's great. 3 is horrible, and so on and so forth. You get the idea. So I'm gonna give it 6.8, which basically is slightly above average. I'm not gonna say it's okay, you know? Compared to the others, anyway. If I had to be totally unbiased, and I probably should have, but 7.1. I feel bad I kind of feel like dirt for saying it, but you know, it's not that bad of a game, honestly. I mean, I do recommend it for people who have nothing else really to do on their Nintendo 3DS systems as of right now. Just want to have something to go into. But be warned, be ready for lots of repetitiveness and bleh. The story is good though. I'm not gonna lie. The story is pretty decent for Pokemon. They're getting better with that, I think. Pokemon has gotten pretty better with their stories, and I do appreciate that a lot. But like I said, I feel like they could have done better with this one, and I hope next time I get a Pokemon Mystery Dungeon game on my DS, my Nintendo 3DS, whatever I have whatever handle I have at the time, that it's slightly better than what I just played. So that is the PAVA freaking game review for Mystery Dungeon blah blah. Gates to Infinity. Oh, one more thing.